Good morning, Josiah. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Good morning to you.
Thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of the interview. Well, gosh, it looks like we've been speaking for about 30 minutes or so now, and we've had some really great conversation. Learned a little bit about your background, what you're looking for, and I think that the position that we just spoke about would be a really great opportunity for you, considering your situation where you are now, and based upon your experience, I think it could be a really good fit. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor now. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the work that you have been doing lately that would be sales oriented?
The current work that I would do would be sales oriented is real estate and vacation property management. On the real estate side, we're working primarily with buyers at this moment. I haven't really gotten to seller niche quite yet. So we're helping people trying to find condos that are investment properties in New Smyrna, Daytona Beach Shores, etc., based on HOAs and city coding.
Okay.
And then on the vacation property management side, I work in two factors. I work with the owners of the properties. So I give them customer service. My phone is available to them day or night for questions, things like that. And then during the day, my wife is able to man the phone. And then also with our guests that stay in the properties, we have a team that we're starting to work with, cleaners, maintenance, things like that. So we can give the best customer service possible to our guests because we want them to return and come back to us, and then hopefully recommend us to their friends as well. So,
Okay.
um,
So we talked a little bit about why you were looking for work at this point in time. So can you share that with me, since you're doing that portion of your business? Why are you coming to me today applying for a position?
yeah, I'm looking something for a weekly steady 8 to 5 grind. Real estate market is slow right now, and it looks like it's going to be that way for a while with interest rates, things like that. But even as the rates improve and the real estate market succeeds, I still want to have that kind of that fallback 8 to 5 where I enjoy going into something. I get stir crazy, if I guess you could say, if there's not much going on. So I like that consistency of having a normal job, but then the chaos of having my other stuff going on as well. So it's kind
Okay.
of just a good fit for me.
Okay, great. And then we did talk a little bit about what it would look like if someone was trying to reach you during the day from your other business. You had mentioned that during that time, your wife would man your family business
Yes.
needs during that time. Okay. All right, great. So it wouldn't affect your daily 40-hour work week for a new
Nope.
position.
My
All
business
right.
one would stay at home, and that way, if there was anything, she could man the emergencies, things like that during
Yeah.
the day, and then I would
Okay.
cover the evenings and overnights.
Okay, great. So tell me about, you said you did some telesales work.
Yes.
So I don't believe that was on your resume. That was in a past time, but tell me
Yep.
about like your closing skills when you were doing that type of position, what you were talking about.
So a lot of things like, a lot of the manufacturers and companies that we worked with, they had driven scripts that we would follow. Some would let us kind of go through and kind of ad lib a little bit as we went. But the ultimate goal was, finding the reason for the no in the sale is like if somebody kind of gave you a no, we learned to use different types of rebuttals, things like that in a polite way instead of like forcing it down their throat, just to kind of make sure that we could show them that we were full of integrity, but yet we wanted to earn their business and stuff like that. So that usually worked very well with guests. Is we'd close the sales pretty well
Mhm.
doing it that way. So
Okay, great. And you've got good computer skills with your current business because you do all the invoice billing and admin
yep,
work
yep.
currently.
I do admin work. We use QuickBooks and a couple different things. I'm getting more acclimated with the QuickBooks Online. We used to use QuickBooks
Mhm.
Desktop. So but usually, if I have any form of training, I pick up on things very quickly. At Cargill, a company that was on my resume, we was a corn milling plant, but we would have 4 computer screens in front of us, and we were running like millions of dollars worth of equipment grinding corn. So we're constantly watching different. We had different software, different programs we had to use, and they
Mhm.
were pretty strict about like computer usage as well because their email network only worked within Cargill as a whole, and they're the
Mm.
world's largest private employer. So
Okay. All right, great. And then you said you moved here from Minnesota
yes,
About a year ago.
So, yep.
Okay. And then you had a business in Minnesota. Goodness, it looks like what was that, about 8 years or so?
Yeah, so it was kind of a combination of me working for a hardware store and being self-employed.
Hmm.
I was self-employed, but I helped them with appliance repair, appliance sales, furniture sales, worked in the hardware store, flooring sales. They basically worked similar, I guess you could kind of compare them to like a Home Depot or, but with furniture, and they were a little smaller store, but we kind of did a little bit
Okay.
of everything. So,
All right, great. Now, if you were thinking about your sales style,
mhm.
um, can you tell me a little bit about that? Like how do you like to go to market with a sales call?
Sales call, depending on what the information is at hand, what I'm doing, I try to, when I call, mirror my customer, and then with that, I try to listen to what they have to say. So then
Hmm.
that way, I can take the information that they're saying and relay back our pitch or our sale the way that they need to hear it. Because every guest that you could come in with is going to be different. Like when we have investors that are looking for properties, some literally want nothing to do with it. They just want to say, I want to make this much money. And other buyers, we literally have to hold their hand the whole process and kind of explain every single little detail. So
Hmm.
you just learn to adapt based on the customer themselves.
Hmm.
So that way you can make the sale close based on what they're looking for instead of just one thing in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording for this, but don't hang up. We've got a few more things to chat about.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yes, you're welcome.